travelling from across England to march in central London. NHS staff against mandatory vaccination. In just under a fortnight, healthcare workers who haven't yet had their first COVID vaccine face the sack.
I'm a nurse in the NHS. I've got no issue with people having the vaccine, not having the vaccine, but it needs to be a choice. There's not enough evidence behind to back making it mandatory. Anyone that's unvaxxed can still pass it on, and it's our risk. I've worked for 2 years through the pandemic on a COVID ward, where at the beginning we had terrible PPE and we had to risk it and go and work for them. They were clapping us every Thursday, calling us heroes, and now they're saying that if I'm not having this vaccine in my body, I'm going to lose my job.
Similar protests are happening today in Manchester and Birmingham. Research by this programme shows just over 52,000 unvaccinated NHS workers are not thought to have a medical exemption, which means they're at risk of losing their jobs.
I've worked in the NHS for 25 years and I've been a consultant now for about 12 years. And for me, my decision was really set when they enforced it on social care, because I think they really bullied a group of people with the choice of between either getting vaccinated or losing their job. I don't think it's my place to deter people, and it's not my place to particularly promote. So that's how I feel. I mean, I'm not in the front line of vaccinating people, but all I do know is that people have choice. And when we give up choice, we're in a very dangerous place.
Several countries already have vaccine mandates in place for healthcare workers, including France, Italy and New Zealand, and it's soon to be introduced in the US and Germany. The fact that it's now coming to England has aggrieved more than just those it affects.
This process is now huge. It's running all the way down Regent Street in central London, but what started as an anti-mandatory vaccination for NHS workers has now grown into something much broader, an anti-vax march in general.
Despite the Prime Minister promising to reflect on the way ahead in Parliament this week, the government told us today that they had no plans on changing the date for compulsory vaccines. NHS leaders say staff have a duty to protect those they care for.
If you're marching today, just take a moment, think about the people that you've been looking after who have experienced COVID, think about your colleagues who you've been working with, and think about the best way to make sure that we're all protected and that we're all as safe as possible, because we are very much in this together and it's down to us to look after each other too.
There's lots at stake for both sides of the NHS vaccine policy. The government can't afford to lose tens of thousands of experienced workers, and many staff can't afford to lose their jobs. Yet 12 days before this looming cut-off date, and neither side showing any sign of changing course.